Usually making a video like this late into the season would be quite useless, as most of you probably would be above 1600 points, but as you know, it's more difficult now. Even I'm not at 1600 points yet, so I want to provide some bits, of course, that hopefully make your life easier to climb in ranked. We're going to start with attacker Pokemon. Of course, the number 1 attacker Pokemon carry is still Miraidon with Electrodift. Charge Beam is not bad, but it doesn't actively carry games. So we go Electrodift and Parabolic Charge, and then you have multiple different items that are great. We always run Spoon, that's a given. Spoon is 100%. And then for the last 2 items, we can either run something like Vice Glass's Choice Specs, we can run something like Shelby Energy Amplifier, or for example also Eos Cookie and also Special Specs. You don't have to run Cookie, you can also run Focus Band instead of it, or another Special Tech item, or even Energy Amplifier as well again. And then for Battle Item, we want to either go for Full Heal now, or X Speed, or Potion. Potion, if you play Cookie, is quite nice, otherwise Potion is just nice to get your final Electrodrift out, to make sure you don't go down. Just make sure you do not play Shedinja Doll anymore, because this one got fixed, it got nerfed, it doesn't work with Electrodrift anymore, so make sure you don't play it. And then of course 7 black and 6 green emblems for that cooldown reduction, but you can also play, if you go for Cookie and Potion for example, you can also run 6 white 6 green, but in general cooldown reduction on your emblems is just a bit better. Up next you have Mewtwo Y, where we go Side Strike and Teleport. Just allows us to be more consistent, has a lot of outplay potential as well, of mobility with Muscle Band, Rapid Fire, Scarf and Spoon. And of course, X-Attack, want to make sure our attack speed is as high as possible for as much damage as possible. That's why we also run 7 red emblems. The next attacker Pokemon is just quite versatile. Like, you can play A9. If the enemies have a lot of Allrounder, you can stun them with the Mage Bit. If the enemies have more Dive, you know, a lot of Speedsters, you can always play Veil. If the enemies have a lot of range as well, I think Veil can also be pretty good sometimes if your Blizz Avalanche gets outranged. You're just quite tanky, so you have multiple options. This one's the first one for basic attacking. Similar bit to Mewtwo Y, Muscle Band, Rapid Fire, Scarf and Spoon with Eject button. Usually people run X-Attack, but I really don't like it. I think it's just a bit too greedy. I'd rather have this either for safety or for playmaking potential. And this we also run with 7 red emblems. And the Mage build is also excellent. It's super annoying to be up against, where we run Choice Specs, Spoon, and we replace Rapid Fire, Scarf with Energy Amplifier for more Unite with damage, and of course more current reduction to have these up a bit more often. And then 7 black and 6 green emblems. The next attack I think is pretty good in the current meta, just in general, Gardevoir, because there's a lot of melees right now. Attacker Pokemon in general are not great, so having Moonblast and Psyshock gives you a lot of extra CC. With a big Unite move, the enemies will be clumped up most of the time, so that's quite nice as well. We have Spoon, and then we run, of course, Vice Glasses and Choice Specs. You can also replace Vice Glasses with Energy Amplifier if you really want to, for more cooldown reduction, bigger Unite move damage. But again, if most people are stuck in Unite, they're probably going to go down anyways. Or you can also go for something like, I mean, not Muscle Band, but you could go Muscle Band for, for Jungle Clear. The Curse Instance, of course, I was looking for this item. If the enemies have healing and you have a draft game, Curse Instance is always a good choice. Easily to proc with Psyshock. And then of always Eject button. Now another very good, I feel like solo queue carry. Hyper carry can be Fire Spin Armor Rouge. Don't sleep on this build. It's still very good. We want to try to get as special attack out as possible. So something like this, I really like a lot, especially for top or bot path. If you go for jungle, you can also replace special specs with choice specs, or maybe even a shell bell. Totally fine. But we just want to have as much special attack as possible to make our shield of Fire Spin as big as possible. And then we also have Full Heal. I would just run Full Heal. Fire Spin gives you permanent move speed now once you get level 5. No need for X speed anymore. Just run Full Heal. If the enemies have like a Leafeon or something, you can also run Shedinja Doll to block its Unite move damage, or they have like Ice Seeker Speed, Glaceon or something. It's also definitely an option you can go for. And the last attacker honestly might be a bit of a surprise, but I think Greninja is not too bad if you pick it when it matters. Like, it can be a very good last pick. You have 2 different builds that work very well. You have Smokescreen Surf, or you have Double Team Water Shuriken. And you can pretty much play any build you want in this. I like this one the most right here. Muscle, Attack Weight, and Scope Lens. You can also replace Scope Lens with Rapid Fire Scarf. You can replace Attack Weight with like Scope Lens as well. But I feel like if I go this build, even in a blind pick game, I just pick blind pick Greninja, the enemies, you know, I can decide. The enemies have very tanky frontline. I just go for this, and I can chunk down their frontline quite easily. If the enemies are very squishy, I can just go this and carry with a Surf. And of course, we run 6 brown and 6 white emblems. On to the Allrounder Pokemon. Currently, there's a pretty good amount of Allrounders being played. And Zacian, of course, currently is actually, a lot of people love Metal Claw. And it's pretty good. You can either play with Agility and Play Rough. Both are totally fine. I think Agility is just a tiny bit better still, but Play Rough is also a great choice for Metal Claw. And then we always run Muscle Band, and you can either go Razor Claw as your second item, or Attack Weight. Attack Weight just for more burst damage. Razor Claw a bit more consistent, especially if you go for Central Area. For scoring on Zacian, of course, is annoying as you want your Eos coins to be there, but Attack Weight does increase Zacian's Metal Claw damage by quite a lot. And then for battle item, mainly full heal. Love stuns in the meta right now. Definitely want to run this with 6 brown and 6 white emblems. Then we always have a good old classic Blaziken, which in my opinion is still just a great carry for ranked, of course. Eos Cookie, Attack Weight, and either Muscle Band, Weakness Policy, or Razor Claw. All of these are changeable depending on what you prefer. I just prefer Muscle Band because Muscle Band allows me to rip objectives even faster, which is very strong in solo queue because, right, getting Ray, getting Reggies is going to win you the game. Always the eject button and always 6 brown and 6 white emblems. A Pokemon that has been getting stronger and stronger is Serena. Currently Triple Axel after the Stomp nerfs is the best build. I would say Triple Axel Glide is Serena's best build in general. And we just go double stacking, same bit as Stomp. We don't really need attack speed because Triple X already gives us enough attack speed. We just want to make our Triple X do as much damage and make our Grassy Glide shields as big as possible. So we stack attack and go Eos Cookie just for... I mean, you don't have to play it. You can also just go Focus Band. In general, Eos Cookie is always replaceable with Focus Band, always. If you think it's too greedy to go for the Eos Cookie double stacking because Serena's early game is not the best, you can always slot into the Focus Band and be totally fine. You can also run another damage item if you want to. Maybe like a Razor Claw is also fine. But in Triple X, I mean, you kind of want to use your moves more than, you know, trying to get in basic attacks after everything, but it's also totally fine, of course. But I like this one the most. And then we play full heal, love stunts again. You can also play X attack, but full heal is just a bit better. You have to be careful though. Currently, you can full heal out of Serena's Unite moves. So if you play against enemy Pokemon that have full heal, maybe try not to Unite move them or keep track of their full heal to make sure you don't get countered. And of course, 6 brown and 6 white emblems. Up next is also a great solo queue carry. I think Garchomp is excellent for solo queue. It can do a lot of things on its own, very strong. Good unstoppable Unite move to dodge all the stuns. Still play the same bit as always. Muscle, Rapid, and Scope Lens. With Eject Button, 6 brown, 6 white. Eject Button is the one that wins you games. Drain Claw, Drain Rush combo. Into Eject Button, onto backline, into Instant Unite. And you can instantly win a team fight. And therefore Garchomp is great, also good for ripping objectives. Another rounder that can't miss on this, of course, is Mimikyu. Mimikyu is just absolutely painful. I mean, you can go anything on this on Mimikyu. You can play Trick Room with a Shadow Claw. You can play Shadow Sneak, you know, as well. With a Play Rough, there's so many things you can do on this Pokemon. But currently, either Shadow Sneak or Play Rough or Shadow Sneak and Shadow Claw is, of course, the better one for solo queue, I would say. I personally play Muscle, Razor, and Attack Weight, but you can also go Charging Charm over Attack Weight if you don't want to really go for stacking. But in general, I feel like this one does the best for me when it comes to Mimikyu, and then we go for full heal or eject button or even X attack, but it just depends on what the enemies have. If it's draft, of course, you can decide. Usually, if it's blind pick, I just go full heal to make sure I'm safe. X speed also is honestly not all too bad. Definitely also playable. And of course, big shocking surprise, 6 brown and 6 white emblems. And for the last rounder, the Pokemon I'm currently spamming the most, big surprise, Tinkaton. Only one bit though, only one bit is good on Tinkaton with Thief and Gigaton Hammer. Everything else is complete garbage and you shouldn't play it, a single bit. For this I'm playing double stacking Weakness Policy similar to Serena. We want a lot of basic attack damage just so we can stay alive and make our Gigaton Hammer as much as possible in damage. We get pretty tanky from Thief as well, so we don't need more like defense items, but you can also just again play Focus Band over Cookie if you want to. Battle item, always eject button with Gigaton Hammer can be comboed, and that is really game winning, especially in solo queue where you have to be so good to win games nowadays apparently. You need this game winning tool with Gigaton and eject button and 6 brown and 6 white emblems. Now onto the Speedsters. Big surprise, Darkrai currently is so frustrating to be up against. Nasty Plot, Dark Void being the best build. If you play ranked, try to just ban it, honestly. But if it's open, you probably have to pick it and just play these items then, of course. Double Glasses and Spoon with, I mean, I guess, I usually play eject button just to get like something out in late game. Like even eject button, Unite moving on someone is quite strong. You can also play X speed, you can play full heal. Of course, all of those are fine options. And 7 black and 6 green emblems. Still very strong Speedster is Dodrio, but not with Drill Peck. It's still Tri Attack and Jump Kick as its best build with Attack Weight, Razor Claw, and the Charging Charm for as much boosted auto attack damage as possible as well. Of course, that's all you want to do, right? You want to Jump Kick, Tri Attack, boost auto attack, and Razor Claw, Charging Charm are going to add a lot of damage to this entire combo. And then we have to play full heal. And then 6 brown and 6 white emblems. Gengar also made this list, but not with the build you might think. I think Hex and Sludge Bomb is definitely better for solo queue. You can also be played in top path, in central area, and in bot path. It's very versatile. That's why I also kind of like playing it right now. And it has a lot of carry potential. I personally play Slick Spoon with a Shell Bell, and then either Choice or Vice Glasses for my items with full heal. Again, this build also allows us to run full heal, which is good because you have a lot of mobility already, and full heal is quite needed. With 7 black and 6 green emblems, one more current reduction because current reduction makes Hex even faster. One of my favorite Pokemon in the entire game, Absol, with 2 different builds. First, I would always say Pursuit though, you have to go Pursuit. Everything else is just not good enough. You have 2 options though. You can either go for Sucker Punch. We always play Scope anyways, we always play Razor Claw, and in this build I like Charging Charm. And of course a full heal. Again, full heal, just more unstoppable. It's very important right now if you want to win games to have that unstoppable effect. And this is the build I play a lot. And you can also go for this though. You can go Psycho Cut, Energy Amplifier, and X Attack to just rip through enemies very, very fast. You press Psycho Cut, X Attack, Unite Move on someone, and they disappear in probably under half a second. Very good for objectives as well, to rip them down very fast in solo queue. So can we comment? And here we run 6 brown, 6 white with a crit emblems. And I'm not even sure this Pokemon has fallen off in win rate by quite a lot, but I think that's more of a skill issue of the player base as always. Because Leafeon is still super frustrating and absolutely hate playing against it. It's so annoying. Unite just does way too much damage. This is what we play. Razor Ace, Razor Leaf with Aerial Ace, Attack Weight, Energy Amplifier, Razor Claw, and X Attack of course. And we just try to one-shot the backline in every single team fight. 6 brown, 6 red emblems. Next up, we have Defender Pokemon. Umbreon, currently I would say still the strongest. Always go Foul Play. It's the better carry build. For solo queue, Meanlock requires teammates and team play. Foul Play, you're so strong on your own. And then Wish and Snarl depends on what you have. If you have a healer on your team, Snarl is always good. Snarl is such a broken move. It does so many different things. If you have no healer, then Wish is of course also a great choice. Multiple different ways of playing it. Usually always X-Speed though. And then you can either go for an XP share build with like Resonant Guard and Body Barrier, which is also very, very good. If I can find it right now. Resonant Guard, Body Barrier. If you want to play a more, defender build with this. If you want to go for more damage, you can add in like an attack weight. Or actually not even attack, we don't have to add attack weight, but you can like Muscle Band, Razor Claw, Resonant Guard. This is a build I like a lot and it does a lot of damage. In case you go for Wish, I think attack weight is very good of course. And then these items can still be the same, whatever you want it to be. But there's a lot of options. You can also go for Weakness Policy for even more healing. Wish just has very good attack scaling, so when we play Wish, we kind of want to do more healing based on attack. So yeah, and of course 6 brown and 6 white emblems. Trevenant will always be a good rank character. We have multiple different builds. First the carry build, but the other one also carries decently. Curse with Horn Leech, double stacking, and Weakness Policy will always be a good build. This will always carry you if you want to have more frontline. And if you're very good at Woodhammer, you can play Woodhammer. But then we change our items to XP share. We can go for a Focus Band and a Resonant Guard. You can also look in the Body Barrier or something. But in this build, we want to have Eject Button and then look for Woodhammer Eject Button plays to set up your team. But if you're good at this, it's a very good carry Pokemon. Then of course we have Slowbro. Slowbro will never be bad, I feel like. I do like Surf and... I mean, honestly, you can play almost any bit in this. But I think Surf and Amnesia, Surf and Telekinesis is still better than Scald. But Scald, of course, seems to be the carry move, of course, right? But we like playing something like this. Muscle Band actually does a lot of damage if you play Slowbro for early game as well. Resonant Guard for more team fighting, or for your teammates, of course, XP share. You can also play without XP share and just add any other item that is like a bit of more burst damage, like Choice or Spoon. Spoon, I guess, probably always better than Choice. You can also do this, or you can play Scald with something similar of this or this. Actually, I think this is also quite good. You can play Focus Band, Resonant Guard, Spoon, and then Scald, Amnesia, Slowbro. You can also go stacking, but stacking can be quite difficult. But of course, you can also do that. You can go Chaos Cookie right here and replace it with special specs for the double stacking build. And then usually I would always recommend Eject Button, just because Eject Button, Unite Moving, is a way to win games. If the enemies have a very strong carry, they're far away from you, Eject Button, Unite Move, and you can just straight up win games. And that's why Slowbro will always be a great Pokemon. Then, a Pokemon that has climbed a lot of ranks is not your typical defender Pokemon though, which is Greedent, with Corvette and Belch being its best build. We're also running a double stacking and Weakness Policy. Weakness Policy does feel for sure worse though, because of the nerfs. So you can also play Focus Band, Overhead for example, if you really want to. Both are totally fine options. And then for Battle Item Eject Button, because we can Belch Eject to surprise enemies, and we can also combine it with our Unite move for Unite Moving Eject Buttoning onto the backline, hopefully for a one-shot into instant Belch. So that's also a great option for you, with 6 brown and 6 white emblems. And my last pick is a Pokemon that's still not auto popular, which is Lapras. I think either Water Pulse or Perish Song with Ice Beam. If you want to carry rank games, you have to go for Ice Beam. Bubble Beam doesn't carry, I would say. And I personally like double stacking as well on this one with Spoon. Makes Lapras very tanky. Again, Perish Song needs level 11. Water Pulse is just, on average, I would say just a tiny bit better, just because it works on level 5 much better than Perish Song does. And then we run X Speed with 6 white and 6 green emblems. On to our last role, a Pokemon that should be perma-banned, but there's a blind pick, so it can be open. Sometimes your teammates don't ban it either, so you might have to pick it up. But of course, Surf and Disable Psyduck. It's absolutely broken. One item always is required is XP share, the other ones are more flexible. I like Spoon a lot. And for the last one, you can go something like Curse Incense, you can run Resonant Guard, you can run Focus Band, you can run Energy Amplifier. There's so many options for this last item. You can even run Body Barrier, which is also great for team fighting. And then you can run XP Share, you can, not XP Share, Full Heal, you can run X Speed, you can also run Shedinja, because if you go into your headache right before you press it, you guarantee get it off. So after Shedinja, you get more iframes, go into your headache, and keep on being annoying. So yeah, 7 black, 6 green emblems. Of course, as we go into the next support, which is Blissey. Blissey right now has 2 very good builds. Either you go Softboard Egg and Egg Bomb, of course. But if your team is looking good for Safeguard and Helping Hand, it's a very, very strong build right now. Very, very strong. And we have different items, of course. Always XP share. And for this one, I would recommend Energy Amplifier and Body Barrier, usually. Just so, you know, just for Unite moving. Like, yeah, this build doesn't need much. This doesn't need many items to begin with. And for Softboard X, we want to maximize our healing. We can go for something like this with the buffed Resonant Rescue Hood as well. Or we just go Energy Amplifier. But we do want to kind of try and stack. And for battle item, always X Speed. But if you play Safeguard, of course, you can also go something else. I don't know what you could do, though. I'm not sure. But, I mean, I guess even in Helping Hand, you might still want to go for X Speed with 7 black and 6 green emblems. Hooper will always be a great choice. You can go Trick or Hyperspace Port. I think Trick is actually quite good. And you can definitely go for it. With Phantom Force, always, Phantom Force is the better move for your allies as well. The problem is that people don't understand how Trick and Phantom Force works. That's kind of bad in solo queue. But Hooper will just never be bad. Muscle Band, XP Share, and Resonant Guard is a great build. We can also go Rapid Fire Scarf with 7 red emblems, or we can just play normally with Resonant Guard and 7 black, 6 green. And also a lot of choices here. Full Heal, X Speed, Shedinja, all are great items. Usually, I think X Speed is the most common one, and definitely something you can go for. With 7 black and 6 green emblems. And for the last Pokemon, a good old classic, we have Eldegoss with Point Puff and Cotton Spore. I think it's so good in solo queue. If your team is bad, Eldegoss can still do so much, just because it feels like somewhat of an attacker. Muscle Band, Rapid Fire Scarf, and XP Share. You can also again replace Rapid Fire Scarf with a Resonant Guard if you want to, or a Spoon, also great item, just does more damage early game. This we run with 7 black and 6, no, this we run with 7 red emblems. And if you replace it with something else, you just go for 7 black and 6 green, with also X Speed or Full Heal. All of those are great choices. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know which build you will be using to climb up in ranked, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!